Hey friends, welcome to today's episode of Pause and Ponder. This is Brian Ferry, lead pastor here at CIC. Today we're pausing to ponder on Exodus chapter 1. Let's focus on verses 15 through 17. This is what it says. Ready? Then Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, gave this order to the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. When you help the Hebrew women as they give birth, watch as they deliver. If the baby is a boy, kill him. If it's a girl, let her live. But because the midwives feared God, they refused to obey the king's order. They allowed the boys to live too. I'm struck by the magnitude of Shiphrah's and Puah's situation. A new Pharaoh has come to power, a man who has no regard for the history of the Israeli constituents of his country, no regards for Joseph and his national impact. To him, they are simply a growing mob poised to threaten Egyptian stability and sovereignty. So he turns his power against the Israelites, going as far as legislating a genocide. If the baby is a boy, kill him. Imagine those words put to papyrus. Imagine getting that memo in your inbox. Shiphrah, Puah, you are between a rock and a hard place. On one side, they have the highest authority in the land, making demands on them to kill newborn babies. How can they not obey their Pharaoh? Surely disobedience would be met with severe consequences. On the other side, there's God. Shiphrah and Puah no doubt knew in the depths of their heart that there's no way that they could turn new life into death. It would be a sin against God. It would be grievous. So how could they follow such a directive going against the creator and sustainer of life? Caught between a rock and a hard place. They have a choice to make. Do we honor Pharaoh's demands, hoping to secure some favor, maybe even some comfort in the midst of our slavery, our pain? Or do we incur Pharaoh's wrath by revering God's life-honoring, life-giving authority, trusting that he'll make a way out for us? We know their choice. Verse 17 tells us that they allowed those boys to live. They chose God. Today, I hope that you are encouraged by their choice. Hopefully, none of us here have quite been able to relate to those murderous demands that these women received. But we can all relate to the fact that we are always falling under the weight of difficult demands. There are always demands that in our hearts we know they go against the will of God. We're tempted to give in to the demands in the hopes of maybe making our lives a little bit more comfortable. Maybe if we don't bump up against the powers that be, the grain of society, maybe we will make life easier for ourselves. If we just do what our bosses tell us, our families, our friends, our significant others, or etc., then maybe I'll be accepted. Maybe I'll find some peace. Maybe I'll garner some favor. Well, the issue remains the same today, just like back then. Will we choose to trust in God, or will we cave in to the demands we know are wrong? God honored Shiphrah and Puah's choice of trust. He honored it even though it was an imperfect trust. Should they have trusted God fully, they would not have lied later, defending their decision. Nevertheless, their choice to honor God garnered them his favor. Verse 21 says that, and because the midwives feared God, he gave them families of their own. Friends, I invite you today to reflect on your own life. Have you ever been asked to do something you knew was wrong? If you chose to follow through, what were the consequences? May God speak to you through your reflections, and may he reveal his work through your situation. As always, we'll catch you again tomorrow. God bless.